what we expect Bitcoin to do um, for the next few weeks is to hold the 110,000 level. And I'm going to switch to the daily chart just to give you context um, uh, for us to understand why or the current level is so important for Bitcoin. So using Fibonacci level to find where Bitcoin, what Bitcoin is doing at the moment, we can see that the push from this low to the rejection at 117,000, we can see that this current move is now retesting Fibonacci 0.618, which is 111,000 and very close to our 110,000 level. And these must hold because, Bitcoin had a run from 107,000 to 117,000. And this correction is perfectly normal, perfectly normal because it's now still respecting the Fibonacci 0.6. So this is a healthy correction. And if we hold, 0.6, which is the golden pocket, that means Bitcoin can consolidate a little bit, above our 110,000 and then continue to move to the upside. One thing that would be a concern is if Bitcoin fail hold 110,000 and basically come to start retesting as low as the Fibonacci 1.618. It's possible, you know, but it would be dangerous to see Bitcoin now retesting $101,000. This could happen, but because we need to hold 110,000, I think this current correction is perfectly normal and healthy if it continues to consolidate around this level and start pushing up. Hello guys, welcome to NXVT, a new video. And in this video, I'm going to give an update on price of Bitcoin. So today is Friday. So we had another Bitcoin weekly candle close this week. And today we are coming to pick up from where we left, and nothing better than just give you this the daily chart for us to pick up from where we left. So as you can see by the intro, we were actually seeing where Bitcoin had found that resistance around the 180,000, $118,000, and we were actually coming to retest our 110,000 again. So we used the Fibonacci tool to actually find where this correction from 107,000 to 118,000 would lead. So what we found, what I said on the video, you can see that it was okay for us to come and retest the Fibonacci 1.618, which is around 111,000, very close to our 110,000 level, the green line. And what Bitcoin did was exactly that, basically went a little bit below for a few days, below our 110,000 level, and then continued to the upside. So this push from around 110,000 to the upside, basically we can see what happened here. We had a resistance around, Bitcoin actually made a new all-time high, but had a resistance around $126,000. And these we can see we basically extended the channel. You can see where Bitcoin is finding resistance is basically forming a downward channel. So far, we can see that it makes a lot of sense to see that this is a channel, and we actually stated that it would be possible for Bitcoin to come and retest the Fibonacci 1.618, which is the golden pocket on the downside. It would be dangerous to see this happening, like I mentioned. But apparently, after this quick push to the upside, just to get rejected, this is where we are heading at the moment. So we lost the under 10,000 level, and I believe that the only thing that would save Bitcoin at the moment is trying to find support around our 1.618 Fibonacci on the downside, which is around $101,000. These would definitely coincide, as you can see, with the bottom of this downward channel, and these would make perfect sense. It would make perfect sense for Bitcoin to find some kind of support and then challenge our 110,000 level in the middle of this downward channel and try to break it and establish a recover from here. So this is very important. You can see this downward channel makes perfect sense. Is the only thing that can save Bitcoin, that can save the bull market at the moment. So what I'm seeing is Bitcoin coming, protecting the 1.618 Fibonacci level around 101,000 level, and continue its way to upside, which would mark a recovery, and that's the only way we could protect or retest our 110,000 again, and then most likely try to break the top of this channel to the upside and go to new highs. Otherwise, like I mentioned, losing 1.1 1.618 losing 1.618 would be dangerous, and you can see why. So um, going back to our weekly chart, we can see that it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, but protecting the bottom of this channel is the only thing that can save Bitcoin, as you can see, and having the possibility to recover from here is much needed. You can see it resembles these downward channels. This is the third one, I believe, but with one condition, that we cannot lose the bottom of this channel, and I explained why. Already explained why. Another thing that I would like to mention is that we know that we've been on the DXY, we've been red for a very long time now, and this usually mark the acceleration uh, mode for Bitcoin in previous bull market. You can see after this red, Bitcoin managed to break the middle of this upward channel to the upside. It happened twice, and it seems like we are struggling with the middle of this upward channel for a very long time, even though we became red. So we're gonna have to pay attention whether this is sustainable, still sustainable, to see a break to the middle of a break of the middle of this upward channel or not, or this could be a sign that the top of this channel could have been the top as a new all-time high, could have been the top, and of course, seeing the DXY retesting, trying to push higher, that means that DXY has a strong possibility to become, continue to go up, while Bitcoin could be weakening and break major support and having to come and retest lower levels. And this wouldn't be great. It's a sign for us to pay attention and consider if it's still sustainable for us to be getting rejected from the middle of this upward channel. The DXY and Bitcoin ratio, you can see for that reason the ratio is currently, losing 110,000 level. You can see that the RSI just broke this downward trend line to the upside, and now is retesting the 50 level, which is a very important level. It's a level that we need to respect, and I don't see any good sign breaking the 50 to the upside and losing the 110,000 level, and the bottom of this downward channel to the downside would be a good thing. This would likely mark the beginning of the bear market or major correction for Bitcoin for that reason. So you can see that the RSI broke this downward trend line to the upside already, and it's in a very critical situation right now. And you can also see that the ratio is actually approaching the 50-week moving average, something that we haven't done for a very long time. But I think we've just reached the make or break for Bitcoin based on this data. Total 2, we can see that the total 2 basically with the correction from Bitcoin losing 110,000 level, the total 2 also lost the support above the 1.62 trillion, and you can see it's going down. The other side already confirming this break to the downside, and is now sitting at a major level, which is the 50 level, and this could also signal a major correction for the altcoins. One as Bitcoin is actually losing major support, it's likely that we can go for a massive correction for the next week or so, and this could be more visible after we close this weekly candle, and we're going to have to see what's going to happen. But the total 2 is not looking good as well, and we mentioned last week that we had to the total 2 would continue to push to the upside if Bitcoin would break the middle of our upward channel, but that was not the case, and you can see why we are losing this level as we speak. So Bitcoin dominance, we can see Bitcoin dominance. I mentioned that we wouldn't, I doubted that the dominance would go above the 60 again. We can see, although it's trying, Bitcoin is losing a major level. You can see the dominance still below, still getting rejected. The RSI still below the 50 level. That means we could see the dominance going down in the near future as Bitcoin lost 110,000 level, but at the same time, we're going to have to see what's going to happen to the altcoin. You can see the total 2 also lost major support, but at the same time, you can see why the dominance is not doing anything is because Bitcoin and altcoin are losing momentum, so they're basically averaging themselves, and you can see that the Bitcoin dominance seems to be just consolidating and waiting to see if the altcoin will continue to lose dominance, or whether the Bitcoin is going to push the altcoin further down, and for that reason going to see the dominance going down as well, as the altcoin continue to lose more in percentage compared to Bitcoin. So fear and greed index, you can see the fear and greed index is now at extreme fear. Understandable. You can see last week we were at greed, but at the same time, you can see that after testing greed, this is when Bitcoin was actually trying to was actually getting rejected at $126,000 at the top of the channel. Greed once again got rejected, and now we are retesting the bottom of this downward channel. We can see what just happened to the market. We have fear across the board, and extreme fear in this case. And this extreme fear could be a good sign. We could keep an eye on this extreme fear and see whether Bitcoin can actually use that fear to bounce from the bottom of this channel and try to retest again. Otherwise, it's going to be a breakdown. So that's the update for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, subscribe, and leave a like. And I will see you next week. Thank you very much. Bye.